Alrighty. Well, welcome to the Automation Nation podcast inside Barnum. This is episode 1. I'm Cody with the Barnum Applications team. And with me today, I have Scott T, also with the Barnum Applications team. And we are going to be talking about today really what and who is Barnum. A little introductory episode today, and we'll just let it flow.
Sounds good.
Scott, if
Yes.
you want to introduce yourself a little bit here to everyone watching, most people here probably be from Barnum. We might have people on the outside of Barnum as well, but who are you?
Well, I am Scott Tessier, and I am an application specialist. Uh, New tag name is the trailer guy because I take care of the automation trailer. Um, I've been here for 28 years, and yeah, just plan on riding it out to the end here. So, good start there.
So you mentioned automation trailer. So you're the trailer guy. So you manage and drive the trailer.
Manage and drive the trailer.
And so what is that trailer for Barnum, really?
Yeah, so the trailer is our automation showcase. This is actually what we take north to south. This year we're going to be covering all the way down to Florida, so all the way down I-75 to Florida. And basically, it's just a mobile trade show. We can literally just show up at the customer's facility, drop the doors down, turn the power on, and let the customers come in and see all the latest and greatest products that we are distributing. Yeah.
So I'm glad you said the products we're distributing. So Barnum is a distributor, and the podcast is Automation Nation. So we're obviously an automation distributor per se.
Mm-hmm.
So our Barnum slogan is a premier distributor of products, solutions, and controls for factory automation. Everyone probably knows what a distributor is, but in your opinion, you've been here for 28 years. You've probably met all kinds of distributors, all kinds of different just people in general that sell things.
Yeah.
What makes Barnum a little bit different, in your opinion, than just the middleman between the supplier and whoever's buying the stuff?
Oh my gosh, we could go on about this topic probably for the next hour and a half, I think. So we'll probably
I
have
mean, that's kind of what the goal of this podcast, in my opinion, is to just let people know really
yeah.
why we feel we can talk so much about Barnum.
Yeah,
Like,
sure. Well, I guess we would have to start off with our culture. Barnum's culture, we are a service-oriented company. Our goal is to help our customers. Um, in my group, the application side, the number one, I guess our number one goal is the customer should not have to call the factory. We want our customers to call us first and foremost, right? We want to be able to be that first line of defense for them. Sometimes with some distributors, like when you get into the factory side, when you have to talk to the factory, their sense of urgency isn't the same as Barnum's sense of urgency. I think that's one of the places where we really set ourselves apart, is that our customers have a salesman, and if our salesmen, right, are being productive, that means that we're giving the best support possible. And if we're not, our salesmen are going to hear about it, and in turn, we're going to hear about it. So our whole goal is like we want to do the best service for our customers, because we not only have to answer to the customer, but we also have to answer to the salesman, and thus also our management. So we want to be that first line of defense. We want to know as much or more about the product than the factory. We try our best. Um, we have the staff for it too, which is amazing. I don't think a lot of our competitors have the level of technical staff that just Barnum does. We have our entire technical support side. We have our application side, and even our customer service group. I mean, our customer service group knows so much.
Yeah, it seems like we see a lot of our customer service either being able to do a lot of that technical side on their own, or even moving into our tech groups or
Absolutely.
app groups as they become seasoned with our product lines.
Yeah.
It seems like kind of a grow internally mentality,
Hmm.
and people can get support without having to hold on, let me transfer you to the next person,
Yeah.
or hold on, let me transfer you again, unless it's something very, very specific.
Absolutely. And it's funny, even when you're looking at what customer service can do for you, just the options. If there's something that you're looking for and maybe we don't have an exact fit, right? we're going to give you options, right? I don't think all of our competitors do that. It's usually, hey, this is what I'm looking for. Sorry, I don't have it. 6 weeks lead time. Have a great day. In our world, we try to just modify that just a little bit where, hey, we may not have it in stock, but here's alternatives A, B, and C, right? That's really, I think that really distinguishes us apart from a lot of our competitors, right? From that, and just in that side alone. On the technical support side, especially with pneumatics, for example, if we're missing a valve, we most likely have a substitute valve available. Just what's the differences? And our tech support group can really walk a customer through all of those alternatives.
Sure. We don't have to go and reach out to
Yeah,
to our
we
suppliers.
don't even have to
reach out
talk to the
SMC
factory.
and tell us
Yeah.
what do we need to do to replace this because our guys just know it.
Yeah, exactly. And we just ran into some funny things too. Just like, hey, if we build it this way, you know, this might be even more efficient for you, Mr. Customer. This might be a little bit more of an efficient design. And, you know, I think that all again just shows our prowess and what we can do for customers on that side. Also, just in terms of how quickly we can turn around requests.
Sure.
I don't think the factory comes close when it comes to, hey, I have an application. Can you help me with an application? The lead time or the turnaround that we as Barnum can work with the customers. I think that also, again, is a major distinguishing difference between us and our competitors. Even the factory, even from the factory perspective as well, right? That just goes to show how much faith and how much, I guess, how much resources management is giving us to make sure that we have that ability. That's pretty amazing.
And that is a kind of a critical aspect from what I hear is when Barnum keeps expanding, we're getting bigger and bigger. The core value that like our management and our salesmen really pride themselves on is how fast, even regardless of how big we're getting or how big our reach is or how many new customers we have to deal with, it seems like we're still able to keep that fast response.
Oh yeah.
And that just that request to order speed that you just really don't see
Yeah.
from most distributors. You're really not in a queue. You're getting
Right.
someone to handle your stuff fast.
Yeah, one of the biggest compliments I hear just being on the automation trailer because the trailer's out on the road for 7 months. When we're out on the trailer, one of the biggest pieces of positive feedback we hear is like, I can send over a request for quote and I can have it back in an hour, or I can have it back at the end of the day. And they're saying competitors take 3-4 days up to a week. And in our world, that's not acceptable. And I think that it's just crazy when you hear that on the trailers. That's the level of difference between us and a lot of our competition. So kudos to our customer service people because they can just turn these things out so quickly. So it's amazing. It really is.
And that falls on them personally. That's not a management hovering over them saying it has to be done that fast, right? That's just them. That's how they do it. That's how they feel like it has to be done, or else they feel like they're slacking a little bit.
Yeah, that's the mentality behind the customer service side. I mean, it is really impressive. Order confirmations in a day, how quickly we can turn orders across and deliver products to our customers. Those are things we hear about on the trailer from customers, especially up here in the north where they really know us. Down south, we're beginning to make our presence known, and that's one of the features that we're hearing from those new customers down south is, man, you guys are fast. You guys are really responsive to us. It's fantastic. We can't get this from any of our other customers. Also, stock, right? I mean, stock is another one from the warehouse guys. Those guys are amazing too. Like how much we carry and how quickly we can get that extra product out the door for them.
That was something I was going to ask too. Is just stock in general. Distributors. A lot of times it's just a pass through from their supplier, but stock seems to be a big thing Barnum advertises and prides themselves on.
Absolutely.
Eventually we'll go out and probably show our warehouse out here.
Yeah.
But I mean, every flyer brochure we see has this big, your largest stocking distributor of so and so. I can only imagine the millions of dollars that's invested in that just to make sure we can keep that fast paced.
Yeah, you probably have to talk to Matt. I don't know how much we keep on the shelf, but it is a lot. I mean, that warehouse is packed with material.
And it's efficient.
Yeah, extremely
guys
efficient.
Are really
yeah,
efficient
those guys are working really hard. a funny story even from the trailer side is we had a brand new customer on the trailer, and he was complaining that he couldn't get something as simple as a terminal block. And we just conversing, he's like, yeah, we can't get these terminal blocks. And we're just like, we probably have a couple thousand on the shelf. And he thought I was lying. So literally, I just pull up the phone and I call customer service. I'm like, hey, can you tell me the stock of this product, you know? And they're like, yeah, we have 7,000 on the shelf. And the guys, I had on speakerphone, and the guy just, he was, his face was priceless. Just when he's just in awe of how much we actually had. And he's been waiting like 4 weeks from a different supplier. So I said, those are the moments where you know Barnum's doing it the right way, right? When we can actually see that moment. The customer's like, all right, I'll get your PO. We're good.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, the other thing too is just when we're talking about Barnum and there's a little bit of a different culture change, things like that, is obviously probably none of us know off the top of our head, but how many people really work for each group at Barnum? Like obviously it used to be small, we've grown over time,
Yeah.
but it seems like it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. I mean, we've got 3 buildings here now. This podcast actually might help our own employees kind of learn about each other since we're starting to get big enough.
Yeah.
But when we say big, like what do we consider big? Are we at what, like 250, almost 300 employees maybe now?
Honestly, I couldn't
Something
say.
like
I
that.
live on a trailer. I have no idea.
I know.
couldn't tell.
I see it every once in a while when we send something out.
Yeah.
I mean, but our applications team alone
Yeah.
is about a dozen guys.
Yeah.
Our tech support group is probably 15, 16
Yeah.
guys and gals all doing
At
that.
least it looks like there's more than that. Yeah.
Our customer service keeps getting so big that they're pushing out every other group. They, they got to go find their own place to sit because customer service is just so jam packed. It seems like each region now has their own individual kind of team.
Yeah.
There are people that either customer service or tech support that just kind of seem to meld with regions, so
Yeah.
then they can assist those customers better.
That, and you also keep you keep the same cohesiveness with the same customer service people, and again making it very easy and very transparent for customers. That way you're always going to be working with the same person every single time.
Yeah.
And again, just kudos to Barnum is like, we don't have a lot of turnover, so if you're working with that person, you're going to be working with that person probably for years, right? Years.
That's a big thing, because a lot of times you just get a general email or a general phone number, and whoever answers, and they could be like, remember this project we're working on, I need some more of that, and the person has absolutely no idea.
No idea.
And they had to
reinvent the circle.
Yeah,
Oh,
go
it's
call
awful.
some
Yeah.
people, figure it out, dig through emails. But when you have that same person that works with you all the time, it's just like a friendly conversation at that point.
Yeah,
because they
absolutely.
all remember each other's products or projects or
Yeah.
things like that. That's the big, I mean, I guess driving force of our customers telling us that they really like working with us.
So I don't know the actual number. I'm just guessing here. But in terms of average, I guess average tenure at Barnum, how long, what the average, I guess, stay here? Like myself, I've been here for 28 years. And you're at what, 10?
I'm at about 7.
Oh,
and I
you're at
feel like the
7.
new guy
Yeah.
at 7
Yeah, you're
still.
still at new guy, right? You're still in the new guy status. I mean, I'm not even the oldest one. We have people that have been here for well over 30 years. And this whole new army of, since all the new people in customer service as well, I got to figure like our average, it's got to be around like 10 to 12 years. That's the average, length of time, taking
that's
everybody
not,
into account.
After people leaving, they've been here and hope to stay here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's
And we even get that even in the warehouse too. Like we have people in the warehouse that have been here for a long, long time. They love it. I mean, well, I hope they love it.
Yeah.
But they've been here for a long time. And even in like the lab guys, I haven't seen any change in those folks. The same people I've seen year after year. Obviously in customer service, because it's growing, I don't recognize a lot of them anymore. So there's a lot of people there I can say, hey, you, but I mean, but there's
the
still,
core group.
Yeah,
the core group is turning into management now.
Exactly.
And things like that too.
Yeah, they're all migrating up to the management side. So it's fascinating. It's really cool to see. But once you're here, you just don't go anywhere. It's just such a cool company to work with, and just so dynamic.
Well, in your situation too, you're in the applications team, and the trailer guy was that always your position?
No.
How did you get hired into
Yeah.
Barnum? And obviously 28 years ago, I don't even think we had an applications team.
Yeah,
We
no.
obviously didn't have a trailer because that
Yeah.
trailer's only been around for a few years. So,
Yeah.
what did you start at to get
Yeah.
to where you are now?
Well,
And are
side
there
note
others that do that too? Or are you just this unique case that you
yeah.
stayed for 28 years and moved around so much?
Well, we have had the trailer for about 10 years now. We
Mhm.
started with a Winnebago, so I mean we've been doing this for quite a spell. It's just really taken off now. But I did start off in customer service, and this is back in the day. Now, some people, younger people, probably might not understand this, but when I first started at Barnum Company, automation technology was migrating from what we called limit switches. Everything was mechanical, and we migrated over to sensors. So I was in customer service, and we were basically a sensor distributor. We were selling sensors and cables. That was really our core. That was our core competency.
Was it hot at that time? That stuff was starting to take off, or was it
yeah.
pretty hard?
Yeah, it was a brand new technology, but nobody knew anything about it because when you were the old mechanical way, it was just two wires, just ran in and ran out type. It was very easy to work with. Then you got into sensors. You had to power a sensor, and you had an output. So there's just an additional wire basically. So I started off in customer service, and Tony Ford, our salesman, still here at Barnum, he's the one who got me a job here at Barnum.
Oh, really?
So yeah, almost everybody comes from word of mouth here, right?
Seems like
Yeah,
it,
you got you got to know somebody, right? So he got me in at Barnum Company. I started in customer service, and I'll be honest, I wasn't very good at it. I was not very good at it. I always wanted to dig into the product, and I always wanted just to know how it all worked. And so I was on the geek side of it for the most part. So uh, from customer service, I went over to technical support.
Did you have any background in that ahead of time?
Not a
You didn't go to
bit.
college
Not a bit.
for any of that
Yeah.
type of stuff?
Nope, not a bit.
You
No.
just, that was an interest and you just wanted to
Yeah.
pursue it. And Barnum's like, sure.
No, actually,
try it out.
I was actually ran the front desk. I was a receptionist at a sheet metal stamping facility in Howell, Michigan, and Tony Ford was the salesman for that account, and he just thought I did a really good job, and he kept hounding me to put a resume in at Barnum Company, and I just thought he was just being a salesman, just trying to schmooze me to get in the front door. So I never did. And then Ed Koza came in with him one day and gave me crap about not sending in my resume. So 2 days later, I sent in my resume, and 2 weeks later, I was working at Barnum Company. So that's how it all started. But it was customer service, and it was order entries, quotes, and the mentality we had back then is the same mentality. It seems like the same mentality we have now. It's like, you know, prompt service.
Yeah.
Prompt service has always been one of the key features for customer service. And then I moved over to technical support, and our level of technical support was literally how to wire up a sensor. Like, okay, sir, you have 3 wires, brown, blue, and black, and that's what we did day after day, was teaching people how to wire up sensors. And then it was distribution blocks, and then it was Ethernet IP. So it started to migrate in technology. And then from there, we went to the application side, where we now started picking up motion products and pneumatics and vision and all these other products that required a lot more hand holding. And that was really the advent of the application group. And that was 15 years ago.
So it was you kind of helped start that? How many people were kind of in that group?
I didn't start it. I just got dragged into it because it was one of those casual conversations like, hey, we have a camera line. Do you want to learn cameras? And I'm like, sure, whatever. Yeah, whatever pays the bills. I don't care. And then that was really the start of it, was the application side. And then the application group just is growing and growing and growing. And now not only do we have applications here, but even on remote territories, right? We have an applications person residing in Cincinnati. We have one residing in Cleveland. We're picking one up in the Nashville area too, so that way we have better coverage across.
Yeah, because most of us are based out of Michigan, and traveling to those areas is fine, but it can get a little overwhelming now that we're expanding so much.
Yeah, exactly.
And we seem to really pride on having that knowledge, being able to help our salesmen out, not just over the phone,
not just
in person.
Yeah, not just knowledge, but level of service, right? I mean, because we're not only going to be there, right? Not only going to be there just telling them what to do. We're going to be doing the show and tells. We're going to help the customer integrate these new products into their system. And again,
personalized training, things
personalized
like that.
Training, especially. But that's the things that we don't see our competition do at all. We don't we don't see anything of that.
I mean, just training alone is a kind of a big thing, showing just how much our groups kind of pride themselves on the knowledge that they're willing to train other people on it.
Yeah.
Most people are like, I know enough to be dangerous. If it needs to be trained, we'll kick it to the supplier.
Yeah.
But our guys are confident enough, we could teach someone else how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which makes people want to come back and keep using us, because if it's not the product we trained them on today, it could be something different, and they know they're still going to get that same level of support most likely.
Yeah.
And if it's not from that one person, there's probably someone else at Barnum Company that knows how to handle that and do it, or find the right people to talk to.
We see that same thing on the trailer when customers come on the trailer, and like the truck driver is able to talk shop through the entire trailer and talk technical. Like, it really gives them a different perspective of, oh, you guys are serious. Like, you guys really know your stuff. And like I said, they'll flat out say, we don't get anything like this down here over in this area. We don't have this type of service. So that's really kudos to Barnum again.
That's a good point. Segue into that too. Going back to the automation trail a little bit. Since you drive and manage that, and it's probably had its fair share already in our core territory that Barnum always has covered, Michigan, Ohio.
Yeah, Michigan.
But now that we have the remote territories that we're really starting to build, how big of an impact are you starting to see that as an asset for our salesmen, you driving that around down there? Because obviously people already know Barnum up here, but down there, bringing this 46-foot giant billboard on wheels with all the bells and whistles inside and flashing lights, like, are other distributors kind of doing that same type of thing?
No.
Or is this just the salesmen and customers are seeing it as kind of a game changer or a huge stepping stone?
Yeah, it is. It's honestly just in terms of just how it's marketed, the skin on the side of the truck and trailer really gives us some good recognition down there. But when we pull up, and we've heard this time and time again, oh, you guys are serious. Like, you guys are really serious about
trailer,
this.
They think maybe we're coming with a little food truck or something.
Yeah, like, because if they don't know who you are, they're like, oh, just another one of those order taker type companies. But then when we show up and we open the doors, we show them what we have, and we show them we can talk shop, it really changes the mentality, and it really changes the dialogue with the customers. A lot of times they'll come on the trailer like, what are you trying to sell me? You know, their arms are crossed and their eyes are all furrowed up like, oh, here they go. They're just trying to sell me stuff.
Just another darn salesman coming in.
Well, yes, we are trying to sell you stuff, but hey, why don't you look at what we can do for you? Right?
Sure.
That's really the part too. And usually when they come on, sometimes a brand new customer is a little bit reluctant, but by the time they walk off the trailer, they're like, I need one of those, one of those, one of those. Give me 5 of those. And that's really what we're gunning for. And I don't know if you can put a price tag on it. It is literally priceless, right? What we can get out of that down south. And we are increasing the amount of coverage we do down south. We actually added another month onto the trailer.
Yeah, because up here you only can really do it in the summer, because you're not going to be able to drive that thing around in the snow and keep people comfortable. I actually want to talk about it up in Michigan.
Yeah.
But down there, now that there's really not much of a winter.
If it's above 50 degrees, you're rocking. So yeah, we're gonna be starting. We're gonna generate another month of service and sales down there from February until November, and we'll just see how it goes. Just give them more time down there and see what we can do to show it off to as many people as possible.
Now that trailer, I mean, I know the answer, but for people watching this, did we purchase that whole thing and had people build it for us? No. Or, did we put that together, showing a little perk of what Barnum could actually do too?
Yeah, super shout out to Tony Grix, because he was the brainchild behind most of what you see as that starter board or the starter set on the trailer. It's changed a little bit, but he designed that whole interior on his own. So Tony, awesome job, man. But yeah, we did all that on our own, and every year we modify it and put it back out on the road. So even if we've seen customers before, like, I've been on the trailer for it. Yeah, but there's 4 new boards out on the trailer, buddy. So come on, check it out, see what the new stuff is, right?
And there's some pretty advanced technical stuff on there too that actually requires a decent programming knowledge and time. It's not just parts slapped on the wall as a showcase. It's functional. There's things moving. There's actual applications being shown on
that. Whole trailer is interactive. Yeah, that's the whole goal. Everything's powered up and ready so we can really showcase what we can do. And like I said, Also, just the ability to talk shop, talk applications, right?
Hmm.
Just have conversations. We really don't need to do like a walkthrough. Like we sell sensors, we sell cables, we don't try not to do that anymore. It's really have them on the trailer and what are you struggling with? What are you having problems with? What can we do to help you?
Sure.
Right? What's your longest lead time item? What is the part that gives you the most headache during the day? What can we do to support you in this regard?
Hmm.
And that's really how we're using the trailer now. Yeah. While we can do show and tell all day long, we don't need to anymore.
And it seems like from us working at Barnum, we're a little biased on how much we think our company is great and it handles itself really well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you even kind of can remove some of the bias on that trailer by just seeing and hearing from
Mm-hmm.
more people, more raw opinion. And
Absolutely.
we're not in our little echo chamber of Barnum's the greatest,
Mm-hmm.
but you actually get that real feedback live on that trailer
Yeah.
to know, like, are we actually something a little
Yeah.
different?
Lots of thank yous, right? Obviously, we get a lot of, we appreciate you coming by. We really didn't expect this. This is fantastic. Thank you so much. But I mean, even just kind of just turning a little bit here, we also bring students on the trailer, right? We bring high school students on the trailer. We bring interns on the trailer. We've done like I think Catholic Central was one where they had their entire STEMS team come through, and they spent 45 minutes on the trailer just learning new
So we
technologies.
can use it as more, even just as an educational tool
Absolutely.
instead of just a sales showcase.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. And also, it also gives us an opportunity to meet a lot of our suppliers too, because they'll come on the trailer to demo their products, but we also get to know them a little bit better, and they kind of get to know Barnum and
Yeah.
Barnum's mentality and how we operate too. So it kind of helps also facilitate better dialogue with some of our suppliers. So
Hmm.
kind of nice.
No, for sure. I mean, it seems like everyone enjoys that tool. No
Hmm.
one's ever saying that it's a burden or
Hmm.
anything. It's
Well, the salesman may say it's hard to fill the schedule. I've heard that one before. Salesmen sometimes have a hard time filling the schedule, but I would say would probably be the only thing we've ever heard a complaint on. But that's okay. They can deal with it.
I think that also is a good excuse just to get other people out and about and seeing their customers and things too. Because I've seen it where we'll grab customer service and they get to go spend a day on the trailer with the
Yeah.
salesmen and the customers that they
Mm-hmm.
hang out with, and management shows up and
Yeah.
management gets to meet these customers. I mean, and we even bring that to events. Like
Yeah.
I've seen us bring that thing out to, you know, expos or big
Yeah.
showcase days,
Mm-hmm.
things like that, just to subtly show off the name a
Yeah.
little bit or show that Barnum's just there.
Yeah. We've had great success at even like a Buddy's Pizza. Just going there with Cody Dawson and team, park over at a pizza joint and spend 3 hours there, and just customers can have pizza, just hang out and just talk shop. And again, the trailer's there. Don't have to be on it, but
Hmm.
again, we can still want to come on the trailer and we can still talk about applications. But again, a great way just to interface with a bunch of customers all at one time. And again, our support for our customers, and it also gives the customers the ability to see new products at the exact same time. Yeah.
I feel like the trailer is just a good example of just rolling Barnum in one
Yeah.
big chunk. Like it is a little example of
Yeah.
all of Barnum.
Yeah, it's that value added that we try to accomplish with our customers, right? Give them the show and tell. It doesn't take anything for us to show up and drop the doors down and,
Hmm.
you know, let them come on the trailer. So
And
again,
I guess our marketing team too did a 3D walkthrough of it.
yeah.
So people can go to their salesman or their Barnum rep and actually request a
Hmm.
full 3D walkthrough and
Yeah.
see that trailer when it's not on the road or if it can't make it to their site or
Hmm.
whatnot like that, which I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Because even if you were on the trailer and you're like, oh, what was on that one board? I don't remember what it
Yeah.
was. You can go to that 3D walkthrough, be
Hmm.
standing right in front of the board again.
Yeah, and even more for 2025, more product presentations, more, anything specific, any new products that we're putting on the trailer, we'll be doing individualized, hey, check out this new Tempasonic linear
Hmm.
actuate, this linear measurement, or if it's a Contronex sensor, we're going to be actually doing a lot more hands-on demos that we're going to be able to display as well.
So if someone missed the trailer coming to their office that day, and like, oh, I heard there was such and such on the trailer. I really wanted to ask them about that. Most likely, there's probably a little 5-minute recap of that
Exactly. Yep.
somewhere, probably on our YouTube or our LinkedIn, that you're probably talking about it.
Probably.
And
Yeah.
they'll
Yeah.
be able to actually, just like they were there talking to you, get that quick little info on it.
Yeah.
So they won't actually feel like they missed out. Maybe they missed out on free lunch or something. But otherwise, the content will still be
missed
there.
out on a Barnum hat, right?
That too. I feel like there's a lot of giveaways when we're at
Yeah.
that trailers running around.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
All in all, though, I think, you know, we have a lot to talk about with Barnum, and there's a lot of people, procedures, and products. I just know the 3 Ps there
Mm-hmm.
that Barnum covers that, I mean, a lot of people could learn about and
Yeah.
hear from about. I mean, we got all these remote territories, remote salesmen that don't get the opportunity to just bring customers to Barnum,
Mm-hmm.
walk them through, go pet dogs in customer
Yeah.
service area, things like that, that we can show off what we do different,
Yeah.
or just kind of get people a little inside knowledge, a little sneak peek of what Barnum does.
You
And
got to admit, though, the dog thing is pretty cool.
the dog thing's pretty cool.
I mean, I've
Like,
never seen anything like that.
I'll have to grab a couple people one of these days on one of these episodes and ask, how the heck did Barnum become a dog friendly
Yeah.
office? Like,
You got to bring the dogs in here, though, for
I
that
mean,
one.
every building has dogs. I mean, there's multiple dogs in customer service right now. I'm pretty sure there's a dog behind this wall right now at our receptionist desk. I mean, we got a dog park outside with a camera that you can log in from your desk and watch your dog running around. Like, what other offices just let you bring your pet in?
Yeah,
like
I've
that?
never seen.
We got a
anything
whole
like
wall of fame of all of our pets' professional photos
that.
taken.
I know.
I mean, it's a fun place to be.
Yeah, it's wild.
And I like I said, I've only been here for about 7 years, 7.5 years. And I feel like I've hardly even scratched the surface of learning all the ins and outs of Barnum. So hopefully this podcast will also educate me on Barnum.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm learning something, hopefully people who might tune into this are going to learn something as well.
Absolutely.
And it's just going to give people a better idea of what we are, what we do.
Yeah.
And then we'll even dive into some really technical things.
Yeah.
I'll get some of our smartest guys at Barnum in here. We'll sit down and teach you how to program some stuff. I mean, even if people have suggestions on things that you might want us to talk about, we will try to make an episode for you.
Yeah.
But overall, Barnum's got a lot to show off.
Yeah. We got a lot to offer. Absolutely.
And if there's any, questions or suggestions, we'll have the comments on videos for this. So people can always send a comment during the live stream or after the fact, and we'll try to get back to you as soon as we can on those. And we'll start making a list of different guests and other things to talk about on here. Me and Scott will probably jump on quite often, if we don't have anything too
you got me
unique
till
that
December,
day.
right? You got me till December. After that,
Yeah, that's the one perk of you being the trailer manager too, is you really don't have too much to do in the wintertime. So
Yeah.
you're gonna go on vacation and
Yeah.
go do some skiing,
Yeah.
snowboarding, have a nice winter vacation, because the
Exactly.
whole rest of the year,
Yeah.
man, are you booked up. There's like no vacation. There's no breaks for you.
There's no breaks.
You're driving that thing
Yeah.
around.
No, it was a good year. It really was. Yeah.
Good deal. Well, I think we'll wrap this one up. Thanks, Scott,
Yeah.
for our first episode here, and we'll probably let's do this every week or every other week, depending on how much content we got and the time frame people have. But we'll be showcasing some fun stuff, hopefully.
Well, cool.
Thanks again.
All right.